Welcome. This is James Stevens with Jet Kinesiology. This is a 210.30 recorded video training on health food store and online testing. And what we're going to be exploring is how to test for product benefit in these two arenas so that you can avail yourselves to a variety of different formulations to fulfill the 6 supplements that everyone over the age of 30 pretty much needs. And I'd like for you to also refer to your renewable flip chart in course 210 or course 220, and if you go to the very last document, that is document L, and document L talks more in depth about the reason why we need to supplement our food in these 6 basic areas. And since you have already viewed the video on smart decisions with nutrition testing, you have already been introduced to Dr. Cheryl Townsley, naturopathic doctor who spent, as you remember, many years testing thousands and thousands of clients on their nutritional needs. And in my collaboration with her, we came up with these 6 different areas. From the 10,000 products out there, how is it that we can narrow it down? And so the first way to narrow it down, of course, is through document L, with being able to get it down to 6 basic groups. And now what you're going to be able to do is to use 2 different arenas, both in testing items in a health food store as well as testing items online, to avail yourself to a variety of different formulations. Now, the reason why this is a good thing to do is because all of our unique factors that creates who it is that we individually are, from our genetic predisposition to our blood type, and from our blood type to our personality type to emotional stresses, physical stresses, our dietary intake over the last 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 decades, there's all sorts of differences. Even how long we commute each week. That has an effect on a lot of things. And let me show you what it is that I'm talking about. Let's take a look at document L here. And as we take a look down at document L, in 6 supplements everyone needs, it talks a little bit about an overview of why it is that everybody needs supplements in these 6 areas. The first area, of course, is a multiple vitamin mineral, which of course needs to be the foundation. Now, one of the things to keep in mind is that many people are already supplementing with a multiple vitamin mineral, but it goes much further than that. Over the age of 35, our digestive processes start to degenerate, and it becomes important to have digestive support so that we can have proper nutrient uptake. In other words, that when we consume the food or the food product, that we are actually able to ingest that and have it be used by our body cells. And there are different formulations of digestive support, different formulations of multiple vitamins, different formulations of antioxidants, once again based on our individual needs and what we've been subjected to as far as oxidative stresses from various things like air pollution, office pollution, the type of foods we eat. Also, protein and muscle support is important. As we age, we have a tendency to lose muscle mass, and that can be reversed by taking a protein muscle support of some type. Also, immunity support. I think everybody can understand the importance of that these days, especially with all of these nasty little bugs going around. And then there is item number 6 is target specific. Now, target specific items are when you notice things like you have dry skin. Well, over the last 30 or 40 years, the food supplement industry has done a wonderful job in their research and development in designing formulations. These aren't single component products, but rather formulations of synergistic components that create wonderful buffering effects against natural degeneration of the body as we age. And so the question is from these different formulations, like let's say for instance you have achy joints, if you go to a health food store or you look online for products that can support natural functioning of your joints, then you will of course find many different formulations, and depending on your unique set of factors, from genetic predisposition to your, as I mentioned before, your dietary intake over the last 4 or 5 decades, and many other factors, what is right for you isn't necessarily right for the next person. As well, all nutritional supplements are not created equal. And in fact, you can have a food sensitivity to just one component within a nutritional supplement. And as a result, that formulation won't be good for you, even though it's a good product. So when we combine some common sense look at the 6 areas that we need supplementation with the incredible accuracy of our intuitive intelligence expressing to us through muscle testing exactly what is best for us as it gets represented on the scores using your smart stick, then you can start to realize that you truly can tailor what it is that you need to maintain healthy functioning of your entire body systems, okay? And so let's take a look next at something that you've already done, which is thymus testing, because health food store testing and online testing furthers that process. Now, what you've noticed from thymus testing, whereas before you were testing products under the tongue, from thymus testing, it shows that you don't even have to be having physical contact with the substance. That in fact, just having the essence of that product, in many cases just the bottle inside of the cinch pouch, that even though the bottle is not touching you, because of course you have the scent of the bottle, or rather, even though the product is not touching you, because you have the bottle in between the product and then you have the cinch pouch and the fabric of your shirt, that through our energetic field, which has been photographed through Kirlian photography, that we can actually have a reaction to that. And online testing goes a step further, which proves that not only can the essence of a product be represented by the product itself, but it can be represented by a description of the product. Now, fortunately, many of the new quantum physics models and the quantum mechanics models that are being developed show that indeed this is true. But what really makes it true for you is your experience of it. So much like you notice that when you were testing products up against or near the thymus region, that when you have a printout of that product near the thymus region, that will work for online testing just as well. You start noticing how some products have +5s, other have +10, -5, 0. And so you'll start noticing those same differences that will arm you with making intelligent decisions before you even spend your money, okay? All right, so let's talk a little bit about health food store and online testing. Of course, the first thing that we always want to start with is Document E, wherein, as always, we always make sure that we first prepare for testing and we qualify for testing. And so when you go into an online environment or any environment whatsoever to test on, you always want to do these 2 things, which of course you know by now. Now, another thing that you may forget about, and I've been